Howdy, everybody. That took a lot more energy than I thought it would. But, hi, how are you? Welcome to my room in College World. That's my flag. If y'all didn't know, I'm from Texas. That's why I say howdy. So if you missed that, probably not very bright. But you know what? That's fine. So, guys, where have I been? What's going on in my world? And this video, you may have already mentioned, or not mentioned, because I'm not talking to you, but you may have already noticed that the quality, the pixel dimensions right here, it's not as hot as it usually is on all my other videos. And the quality may be just a little bit off. It shouldn't be too bad though. But that is because I'm taking this on a laptop webcam. I do have my Blue Yeti mic right over here, but I don't have a pop filter on it and it's not stood up correctly. So cross your fingers for that one. You'll also see that this is unedited because right now I don't have access to my desktop, but I wanted to fill you guys in on quite a bit of stuff. Where to start? I need to keep this rolling because I'm not going to be able to edit it, but we're going to start a long time ago. Actually, no, we're not going to start in a galaxy far, far away. But I feel like I want to talk about something today. I want to talk about gamers and why we game and what we get from it and why I have gamed and why I game now and why I gamed earlier today and why do I play video games? What strikes me as the reason that I decide to take part of my day and sit down at a computer or a console, whatever it may be, and just play a game? Why? I mean, is life not cool enough for me? And do I have to, do I want to go play Dungeons and Dragons? Like, what's the deal? And I've thought about that question for a long time. And I think I've come up with the answer and I feel like this isn't the answer for all gamers, but I feel like it is the answer for the majority of them. And, people always cite this fact, whenever kids are trying to play video games or whatever, people always cite like, oh yeah, the kids that play video games are usually the smarter kids. Is that because the video games are making the kids smarter? Is that because the smarter kids like playing video games? And I'd like to side with the second half of that argument. Not saying that I'm some whiz kid. I'm saying that the way psychologically that our brain works, everybody's given their own set of talents. And I need to find, like, what causes boredom is when I do not get to fulfill or challenge each of my talents in my head. So when somebody is handed a I'm sounding completely, okay, so we'll talk about you right there. Yeah, you are a talented individual and you are given too much talent. That's what I believe. You have too much talent. It's kind of unfair and it's kind of putting me off right now. But it's okay because we're going to talk about it. You have too much talent. And in your everyday life, the challenges that you face and maybe the classes that you go to and maybe the friends and social situations that you have to think through don't challenge you enough. You need to go out of your way to find more challenges for your brain to handle so that you stay entertained. You see where I'm getting at here? That is why I have always played video games. Because I feel like playing Assassin's Creed or playing Minecraft or playing anything, like especially for Minecraft, you see people with a lot of creativity playing Minecraft because they don't get to express that creativity anywhere else. They need a place to flesh out that talent that they've been given. So here's where it becomes a problem. All throughout middle school, high school, and it wasn't always video games. Video games wasn't always the problem, but you'll notice a definite trend that throughout middle school and throughout high school, I was uninterested. I could care less. I didn't know why I was doing it because I didn't want to go be a business person. I feel like a lot of y'all can relate to me right now. So many gamers have the same thought process, whether it's, version A or version B, it's still the same thought process. It's, why am I in school? What is it going to get me? Like, why don't I go do something I would actually rather do I don't want to be a business person. I don't want to go be a salesperson. I don't want to work in retail. I don't want to those aren't the things that I want to do for the rest of my life. So why am I going to school and learning about, say I hate physics and I'm taking a physics class and I don't know why they're making me do this, and I have no reason to. And then on this other hand, you have this thing over here for me, video games, for anybody else, something else. You have something that's like, it's more fun. It challenges you more. Why would you not want to do this? Like, or why would you want to do classes in one hand when you have something that A, challenges you more, and B, is more fun? And why would you not do that thing? And that becomes an issue, because I feel like for most gamers you have, and I bet I'm blabbering and blundering. Don't worry, I have a point. If you haven't picked it up already, it's coming, right? I wish I could edit this. I really wish I could. But so basically, it ends up being a problem when somebody like myself doesn't have or didn't have or can't find a good enough reason why to go take the class instead of play the game. That is where issue comes in, because if you aren't motivated to do anything, then you're going to pick the thing that's challenging, and you're going to pick the thing that's more fun, and you're not going to pick this thing that will build a career or, make money, other than, YouTube is I guess a thing, but we'll get to that later. And honestly, guys, that's an issue that I have, that I've had, and it's not, like I said, it's not just video games. It's been completely, different things throughout my life, but I've always had that issue because I've had a lack of motivation to chase my schoolwork. So now we get to my freshman year of college, which was these past 2 semesters. And I got to school and I loved it. I love where I'm at. I love the school that I'm at. I enjoyed the things that I was studying. But again, a few months into that first semester, I started thinking, and it sort of got to me, and I started thinking about, why am I doing this? My major at the time, computer science, I realized, I was good at it, and it was challenging, and it was fun, but I do not want to sit at a computer and type code for the rest of my life. That just was not appealing to me. And so I really lost that motivation. And you can tell because that semester I started doing YouTube. And I had been a YouTube fanatic. YouTube has been my TV since probably freshman year in high school. It is such an amazing community, and it provides so many amazing things to everybody. And then finally, I was at school and I was on my own, and I had my desktop, and I had time because I wasn't really going to all my classes. So I wanted to pursue YouTube, and that it was so much fun. Guys, I'm just going to say this right now. Get it out of the way. I am so lucky to have met the people that I've met this past almost year, probably 8 or 9 months. I am beyond blessed that I got to hang out with the Koala Crafters, with everybody. Honestly, I can't wait for Minecon. I wish more people were going, but I'm going to get to hang out with the Dual Get, and it's going to be amazing. And that guy, already, I'm done. That guy's awesome. And I can't wait to meet him and hang out with him and get to know him a little bit better. In person, wow, that's weird. Not just a face cam, too. But, so, the YouTube went by. And my first semester in school, I completely bombed my my computer science course, which was supposedly my major, because I didn't find the motivation to do it. So one day I didn't go to class, And then that kicked me in the shins, and I wasn't able to do homework, which really got me discouraged. And I didn't tell anybody because I have this fear of exposure. Like if I do something wrong in my head, and I feel like this is a problem with most guys, in my head, if I do something wrong, the last thing I want to do is tell somebody. It is the last thing I want to do. And that is the last thing, that behavior is the last thing that you want. Because if you're dealing with something on your own and you're hiding it and you're sweeping it under a rug, nobody's going to be able to help you. I know somebody watching this video right now will have one of those things, and you need to go talk to somebody, so get on it. Well, okay. We'll keep moving here. So that is that's what happened my first semester. Is I bombed my computer science course. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't deal with it because I felt like dealing with it would be super stressful, and I felt like it scared the crap out of me. It did. So second semester, and I kind of went in with a little bit of idea of, this is what I'm going to do better. This is how I'm going to deal with this. This is how I'm going to deal with this. And honestly, the biggest thing that gave me a boost last semester was YouTube, and it was so much fun. And y'all were what I was getting up in the morning to make videos for. Like, there was so much drive, and I appreciated y'all so much, all the viewers and all the people I've been working with, and it was unbelievable. It's definitely an experience that I wouldn't trade for very much else. But at the same time, again, I didn't have a motivation to do school, and so I dropped that, and last semester I bombed 3 classes. And it got to the point where I was so shut up in my room. I mean, some of y'all, like, yeah, you talked to me. There was a long time near the end of last semester where I like didn't sleep at all. And that was, I mean, there were a lot of late night live streams and stuff like that. And it was so much fun. Y'all really kept me sane. Like, I'm not even kidding. Y'all really did. Kept me happy, and happiness is sanity in my opinion. But honestly, those were some of the most unhealthy and darkest weeks of my life, other than when I was sitting on my computer hanging out with you guys. It really was a point where I didn't even go to my final exams because I knew that I didn't know any of the material because I had never gone to the class in weeks, if not a month and a half or something like that. And I just, if I went, then I'd have to sit there and I'd have to admit to myself that I didn't know this. And that's another thing with academics. I feel like the reason I had that fear of exposure is because growing up, I was always told, oh, you're so bright, you're so smart, you'll be able to do this, this, and this, And when I take a test that I've kind of been in the class a little bit for, and I can get an A or 100 or whatever. And then when I get to that test where I don't know anything and I'm looking at it and I don't know what to do with it, I feel like I've done something so stupid or wrong, and I just beat myself up about it. And that's what really caused those dark few weeks where I couldn't sleep, and it was bad. Don't do that. Don't not sleep. I promise, if you sleep normally, it's better. Just take my word for it. So then came the summer, and that was exposure time. I had this fear of exposure, but there was no hiding from what I did or what I didn't do, is a better way to put it, this past semester. And so I went home, I talked with my parents, I talked with my family, I talked with all my close friends, and I went through what I was going through. And honestly, the plan for the beginning of the summer was that I wouldn't be going back to school, and I'd be I'd find some place to work, and I'd just stay home until I got whatever straight, and I'd keep making YouTube videos and all that. And then I got to work. I got to work full time. You guys know about this. I got to work full time as a laser programmer and operator for a metal company cutting. It's like on How It's Made. You guys watch that on Discovery Channel, and they show you, they're building something. They slide the big sheet metal, and the laser cuts it into parts, and then take that off and throw it away, and all that, and move it on to the next department and all that. I was that guy. I got to program and draw the parts and nest them correctly to save metal and all that. And I found myself in a workplace that wasn't sitting behind a desk, and it was a place where I got to go in each day and actually be challenged. And that's rare, because it usually, if especially in high school, you get a job over the summer, maybe working at Chick-fil-A, or you go, chop down some trees or whatever it may be. It's completely different when you find yourself in a workplace that actually lets you think, which I think is something that gamers really need. It makes such a difference. I actually found myself saying, you know what? I want to work. It changed my mind. And not only that, but I also got to go meet and take tours around other places. One of them was it was a place where they engineer things like screws to go in skulls for surgery, and they engineer all these medical devices. And I got to talk with the CEO of that company because through some connection I knew him, and I got to talk with it was this past summer, guys, best summer of my life, hands down. It was absolutely amazing, and it was life-changing is a good word. Actually, that's 2 words, but you know what? Who's counting? Get off my back. Jeez. So now, here I am. I'm at school, and I don't have my computer. And it's because I personally need a victory. And I hope you guys will cheer me on in this, because I'm back at school, and I'm here taking classes, and for 12 years, I have not followed through and finished a semester of school. And yeah, remember that whole fear of exposure thing? And now I'm telling you guys this on the internet. So this is big for me. This is very big. I've always been bright. I've always been able to think this through or that. And I've always been interested in physics and astrophysics and computer science and everything you can think of. But I've never committed through a semester of school in my life. And I've never come out with a report card that has the letters on it that actually match up with what I'm capable of. And that's another thing that a lot of gamers can relate with. So here's me. I, at least for a semester, and I'm not going to be gone from YouTube, I don't think, because honestly, okay, let me lay this out. Here's what I'm thinking. Gaming and the gaming YouTube right now just need to be on pause. I don't trust myself with having that option, because yes, I do have the motivation and I know what I'm working towards now. So I have that really good urge and that reason, that drive to go to these classes and to learn this material. But at the same time, I don't want to have the opportunity to throw away the drive for something that may be, menial. I don't know. I know what I want now, and that's something that has changed completely. I've never known what I've wanted like this until at this point in my life, and sure, that'll probably change in a year because I'm only 19. But that's what I got. So gaming YouTube will be on hold. Guys, YouTube has been a part of my life. YouTube, I think, is amazing, and all of you people are amazing. Everyone, every single one of you, you're amazing. You're unique. You're brilliant, and I've loved getting to know you. If I've got to know you, I love seeing comments in the comments section. I love everything about every single one of you. Maybe excessive. Maybe, okay, there's 2 of you that I hate your guts, but I'm not going to say it in the video. Oh, God, I just did. But I'm going to clap now. I'll be back because you guys are brilliant. And honestly, I don't know if I'll be back in gaming YouTube. I don't know. I would like to right now, but as I said a second ago, that could change. Something that I do want to do is vlog a little bit while I'm at school. I said I'm working for a victory here. I really need to get through a semester and break this feedback loop that I've been working with my entire life, where I have a failure and then I plan because I was scared of that last failure, but I don't plan well enough, so I end up failing again. So each semester or each school year just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and eventually I start thinking that I must be dumb. I must not be able to do anything right, and I start really getting down on myself. I need to break that, and I hope you guys can cheer for me in that. As far as you beautiful people, talking to you koala crafters now, guys, I'm putting my money down right now. I'm gonna say Koala Kraft is gonna be blowing up. Everybody's gonna love Koala Kraft, and everybody in Koala Kraft is gonna get famous, YouTube famous. Woo! And because every single one of them deserves to be, and every single one of them puts out great stuff and really cares about their audience. So y'all keep your eye on them, because they are amazing. And honestly, I've completely contemplated what I'm doing right now, because me sitting at 300 subs and not going anywhere because I haven't put out a video in a month, and now I'm releasing a video saying I'm not going to be putting out another video for at least 5 months, something like that, and or at least a gaming video or a Koala Kraft video. I completely understand if they're like, you know what, if I come back in 5 months and each of them has 10,000 subscribers and I'm that 300 guy that has a bunch of dead people that accidentally landed their face on the subscribe button when they keeled over at their computer, they're probably not going to let me back in. And that's not saying anything negative to them. It's just that's YouTube. That's life. If I abandon ship and then jump back on 5 months later, I wouldn't let me back in. But if they'll let me back in and just kind of hang out in the corner without looking at me, and I can be like the white elephant or the white Drank in the back of the room, then that's cool. But so let me put it this way. Over this next semester, I would love to vlog. I'd love to talk about things that matter. Basically, have a Skyrim lean back minus the Skyrim. So if you guys want to hang around for that, feel free. If you are uninterested in that, you can go ahead and hit the unsub button. Nothing wrong with that. I still love you. Other than that, I would love to. I'll be around. I've got a computer. I may not be able to play crazy games, and I may not be able to make videos, but I would love to come in and hang out in the live streams. I'm just from now on. Well, not from now on, but for at least for a while, and at least for the semester, I'm gonna be one of you guys. I'm gonna be a viewer. I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna love every second of it, and I'm gonna love hanging out with you guys, whether it's in Google Hangouts or hanging out in a live stream chat or whatever. So, you know me, and I know you, and you haven't seen the last of me, but videos probably gonna be on halt. So, guys, this video means a lot to me, and I'm really sorry if I ranted. It's like 24 minutes in now, so if you're still watching this, good on you. That's impressive. I love you guys. I mean, I've said it once and I'll say it again. A lot of people do YouTube for a lot of different reasons. I don't think there's right and wrong reasons. I think everybody has their reasons. My reason was for you. Right there, you. And I loved making videos, and I love sharing things like this with y'all. And I'm blessed that y'all get to, hear what I'm saying and really, whether it's relate or sympathize or just cheer me on in this next semester of life. So thank you. Thanks for letting me expose myself. And I'll be around. I'll be around. Love you guys. Adios. See you later. Now I actually have to click this thing because I can't edit out the back end of this video. Get off me. Adios.